All right, welcome. So this, let's go actually have here. All right, welcome. This video is going to be about adding care payment type configurations into the site for foster care accounting. So that's under settings, care payments hub, payment type configuration. And there are different options, payment types for foster home and administration. And those are the two that we're going to work on here in this setting. So when you go into this site, you're going to add records. And so we can say from January 2021 to December. You'll need to put in time frame for this. You can set it up for children specific ages, or DOC is like their level of care if and only if that's measured on a numeric scale. That's the only thing you can enter here. The other thing is adding this placeholder. So I'll talk to you about what is possible and what I found is not possible with this. So I'm going to set up this one and I'm going to say this is $65 a day. Oh, I'm also going to tell the system for what specific placing authority or county or state that is making this payment for the youth every month that is going to be that this is for. So if I go back to my payment rates, you can see that I've now got a list. Now, I mentioned that you can totally add this. However, the system, when you're adding a placement, doesn't ask you for this field. So this is a placeholder like MAPSI, which is Minnesota's leveling system. This is sort of for other options like basic or intensive care or whatever your state offers, okay, as its list of descriptors for levels of care. But I've got one that's empty with sort of a default rate. So I've got this because I found that when you add a placement, we're not actually telling the system this. We might be able to add that by default from some other value, or excuse me, add that from an auto action, but I think this works all right. So it gives you a starting point, which I think you could even leave this empty. And then when you add basic or intensive care or whatever your list is, then it will do it. So now let's look at this in action. Okay, so I've got my youth, and I'm going to add a placement, put them in a home with this family. And I'm going to start it kind of on the 10th. The placing authority is that same county. Press enter. So now if I go to the child accounting details, I get a record here. I've not decided or I don't know the level of care in this moment. You can see I've only entered the payment configuration for foster homes, so that's the only one that's entered here. However, if I add, and this is intensive care, and then refresh the screen, the rate changes to what I changed it to. If a placement, if we get all the way to 2022 in January, which we're going to get there, when we get there, because our payment rates as set up only take us through the 31st, this will stop working and we won't have a rate. So we'll need to, remove this or add the new rates for the new years just as soon as you know them. And you will set this up not only for foster home, but if you want for administration as well, and you'll come in and you'll add them. Okay, and it'll look exactly the same. Again, I think I would have one for by default, or if we can tell the system on the placement that it is a specific state and the child's level of care, we could probably do an auto action to update to this one of these values. All right, and with that, okay. And so I guess just to make sure that everybody understands this, it's not even through February, so I'm going to take this through. So this starts on the 110, and I'm going to change this to 110 as well so that we can see January. So I'm updating my dates. Um, One thing that we'll want to do is on our placements, actually look at our child location timeline if we make updates like that, because the child location timeline record does not follow. So the arrived at location date I'll also need to update. And now if I run the Care Payments Hub, so once this is complete, I can go back to the youth's record. And we can see that a care payment is made for the foster home, the 22 days by the 65, and we can verify that over here, the detail screen, in the payment configuration, or I'm sorry, the payment breakdown. Okay, and with that, we'll actually show you one more over here, one more setting that I think needs to be set up for this to function. Under payment type configurations, then care payments miscellaneous settings. I want to set this one as yes, to auto enter a rate history record when it's a new placement. And end date. This can be set as no or yes. And then right here, I want to make sure that this one is set as no if we're doing a daily rate. So the system is only going to be able to work with either a daily rate or a monthly rate. So you'll have to make a decision as a team how that's going to best work for your organization. All right. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.